Yes, sir.
All right, everybody, we're going to debate this. Should. Oh, wait, May. That's okay. That's okay. Should zoos continue to exist? Hey, this is really about the ethics of animal captivity, right? Okay. Y'all, I'm handing out a survey over here. This team over here is going to be arguing, yes, zoos should continue to exist. And I got your image and a video, too, that one of you sent me. Yeah, also, I've got that ready. Just let me know when you want me to play it, and I'll get that for you. You want to show the picture first when you make your opening remarks?
Yes.
Okay, no problem. I'll do that. Okay, and this group over here is going to be making the case that zoos should not continue to exist. All right, okay. Anyway, here's a survey, and if you don't mind, yeah, thank you, brother. If you don't mind passing them out to people. As you're filling out these surveys, of course, you're going to eventually be able to. I'll make a copy of them, and people will be able to see your results later. All right. We're almost to the finish line, everybody. Almost ready for the summertime, okay?
Yeah.
This is great.
You were supposed to be
So, here we go. 7 minutes of opening remarks, and you would like the image to be put up there first. So let's do that. It is this one? That's the one you want. Okay. Zoos should continue to exist. You agree. And there it is. Let me freeze the image. Okay.
tomorrow.
And now.
We don't have classes tomorrow. We don't have classes tomorrow.
All right. And
Close.
all right. Let's give Ms. Kaching your attention. So.
So they can hear you.
I've never seen
All right.
Mask.
Okay, here we go. I believe in you.
Good morning, good afternoon. I'm
What do
ready.
you like?
I am Jacqueline T of why shoes continue to exist. I'm with my partners Camina and Yuria. First, I'm going to talk about conservation, the conservation of animals. Zoos protect endangered animals. Currently, zoos have made great efforts to protect endangered animals by raising and breeding them. However, if zoos that protect endangered animals disappear, the animals in the zoo will be no different than killing them. Most of the animals that live under protection lost their wildness. These animals will not only be difficult to adapt to if they are sent out, but will also no longer be able to make their homes because they have already been lost to humans. In fact, more than 50% of animals in the Lion Zoo in France are protected as endangered species. Therefore, animal protection is essential in our modern society, where the ecosystem is being destroyed by and zoos should not be abolished. One research of National Geographic says, today zoos are meant to entertain and educate the public, but have a strong emphasis on scientific research and species conservation. There is a trend toward giving animals more space and recreating natural habits. Zoos are usually regulated and inspected by the government. By keeping zoos open, scientists can study animals to give them a better life and or help them when they are sick. 48 mammals and birds have been saved by zoos. Some of them are shown here. In addition to saving endangered animals, they help them to produce and take care of them. If zoos is going to close, these animals will not exist because zoos help them to keep them safe.
Thank you.
The environment of animals living in zoo is improving.
In the past, Jew were of iron pants under the metal nest. The managers who manage the Jew is much rarely thought of the animals. However, the appearance of Jew change are taking place, and such as changing it to be a disappearance of nature. The warfare environment of animals is also improving their day by day. So, and it identifies their life patterns so that animals can live in more confidence environment. So,
Thank you. All right.
So continuing to Geon, currently zoos have made great efforts to protect endangered animals by breeding them, raising them, and breeding them. However, if zoos that protect endangered animals disappear, the animal in the zoo will no be different than killing them. Most of the animals that live under protection lost their wildness. This animal will not only be difficult to adapt to it if they are sent out, but they will also no longer be able to make their home because they have already been lost to humans. More than 50% of the animals in the Lyon Zoo in France are protected as endangered species. Therefore, animal protection is essential in our modern society where the ecosystem is being destroyed, and zoos should not be abolished. Many animals in the zoo now receive special diets, supplements, physical therapy, and even they are getting the chemotherapy if they get sick. Some zoo animals get through medical care and end up living far longer than they would in the wild. Many zoos have improved enormously, the better ones being crucial in saving species that would otherwise gone extinct. Nonetheless, for some people, the mere word zoo carries the impression of old zoos, bad zoos, circuses, and theme park. Shows that many find distasteful. Good zoos know now they must innovate for forward. Certified zoos and aquarium are ethical institutions that enrich and ultimately protect the lives of animals both in human care and in the wild. The good zoo provides an enriched habitat in which the animals are never bored, are well cared. They can absorb wildlife in the wild or visit a sanctuary. A true sanctuary does not buy, sell, or breed animal, but instead takes its unwanted exotic pets, surplus animals from zoos, or injured wildlife that no longer survive in the wild.
Thank you so much.
All right, so I'm just making some comments about their how they're presenting things in the beginning. Cool. All of the arguments seem to be saying basically pro-zoo is pro-animal welfare. I was kind of expecting this, hey, the public needs to learn about animals, so people would enjoy them. But no, all of it was concerned with animal welfare. I don't know if y'all caught it, she made a pretty bold statement. If we abolish zoos, it's the equivalent of killing a lot of these animals. That's what you said at the beginning. That's pretty bold. Yeah, okay. Interesting. I wasn't expecting that. All right. By the way, FYI, y'all, some folks have trouble pronouncing this word, okay? I don't want y'all to feel self-conscious. Yeah, this Jews are people that follow the religion of Moses, okay? Jews. Let's practice that word. Everyone say Jews. Jews. So just think about it like you're saying it like Sue. You know, like the lady downstairs, Sue. Sue. That's much better than Jews. Yeah, because that's a yeah. Sue is not a Jew. Anyway, this group has 7 minutes to make their case. Did you want to start with an image or a video or anything on that? No?
Yeah.
You did. You just very recently? Okay, let me get that in place before I just sent you. Oh, I see it. I'm going to download them real quick. Okay, I'll just bring it up later. Okay. Did you want to save that for later? Around it, you don't have any images, do you? No? Okay, you're just gonna stop? Okay, no problem. All right, go ahead, anytime.
Hi, hello everyone.
Hello.
Good morning.
Oi.
I am very nervous for the debate today, but we are today to discuss if zones should continue exist. And today, my partners and I are here to disagree, absolutely disagree, about the continuing existence of zoo. We all know that zoo are parks, they promoting the animal business, turning them into tourist attractions, contributing only the entertainment of peoples and the imprisonment of animals. It is making possible for the wildlife of most of animal exposure there. So if we find homes, it's not difficult to find problems with zones in these institutions that harm the health and freedom of animals. The animals are trapped in small space far from the native vegetation and crematorium, without contact with other species and often without any company. It is in these spaces that wild animals are still exposed to mistreatment and disease, with difficulties in locomotion and reproduction. With some exception of a few institutions of zoos, it is very difficult to find zoos that manage to reintroduce animals to natural habitat. And this is our first and main argument. Zoos should be banned because animals of no species should live in captivity. Removing individuals of endangered species from their natural habitat under the pretext of protecting them also harm the animals that remain in the wild as genetic diversity decreases, and then compromises the species. And habitat other than natural stress the animal and brings a series of consequences for its physical and mental health. Our second point to defend against the existence of continuity of zone is that many of these zoos do not offer any conditional for animals. They are often keeping small space without the necessary climate control, for example. And for last, is the fact that very few zoos are capable of implementing on-site programming, for example, if with endangered species or introduce them into their natural habitat. So for these reasons, such as unrestricted defense of the freedom of animal lives, we vehemently disagree with the continual existence of zones around the world.
You don't have to. You can save it for later if you want. Either one of you want to speak? You can do it later if you want. Okay. Just rest your case at this moment. Yeah. You got a couple of minutes. You can speak if you want to. Yeah, about 2.5 minutes. That's fine. If you want. If you want. You can.
The main argument is what purpose the continue existing at the zoos? What main purpose? Only purpose is business, is money. Purpose.
Yeah, that's what you're saying.
Yes, it's money.
Mm.
So
Okay.
we reason, any reason for maintaining the zoos existing.
All right. Cool, thanks. You don't want to rest your case at this point, or anybody want to save it for later? Okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay, there you go. Yeah, I'll pause it. Yeah, give her a hand, everybody. Give her some confidence. Yay, all right. It's got easy getting in front of you all. All right, you're gonna do great. You're gonna do great.
So, in our opinion, animals cannot speak, but they have the right to be treated well. Human beings deprive them of their rights, and human beings should speak up for them. I would like to talk about the animal lifespan. So if they stay in the zoo, some studies show that many animals in zoos actually have shorter lifespans compared to those in the wild. This may be due to stress, lack of exercise, and difficulties adapting to life in enclosures. Their hearts are unhappy, and they have accumulated stress for over the years. And there are some public misconceptions where zoos try to educate the public about the importance of animals and conservation. Sometimes seeing animals in cage may lead the public to misunderstand the life of wild animals and possibly make them feel that confronting animals is acceptable. So like children watch animals in the zoo since they were young. So like you are children, you go to the zoo, see the animals, they may misunderstand the animals. They should be locked up in the zoo to be watched.
Correct.
Good point. So you want to finish your ideas later on? Because we only have about 15 seconds, okay?
Later.
Yeah, that's fine. Interesting point. Yeah, okay. Thank you both. Yeah, so I'll just reiterate what I was hearing from you. Basically, this is a business, and it's not the right model for animals. And then I like the way you phrased at the beginning there. You're saying, man, animals cannot speak for themselves. We have to speak for them. That was well said. And bringing in some statistics, like they generally have shorter lifespans, probably from stress. That was an interesting point. Yeah. Kind of countering what they're saying. Okay, now. Coming up though, we got the 5-minute section over here. Anybody here can counter the 5 minutes. Okay, give her a hand, everybody. Yay! I'll just play the video. That'll be part of your 5 minutes, okay? All right. So, you want me to just play it now, or you want to wait? Okay, you let me know. All right. So.
For my response. I think it is not a business because they use that money to keep, to maintain the animals, give them food, to change.
Sorry.
To change things in their habitat. And as I said before, they are trying to study more the animals to give them more space and make their habitat more real for them and to make them feel more comfortable with their habitat. Also, if they are in the wild, some of them are also will be killed by the predators. For example, if there is a fish in the ocean and there is a shark, of course the shark is going to kill and eat the fish. That's why zoos want to protect these animals. And
You bet. I'll tell you what, I'll pause it and I'll let play the video. Okay, so here we go. I'll just play this and you want to talk over it? Or? Okay, no problem.
if you think that animals feel very bad in zoos, there is if one animal doesn't feel comfortable with being a zoo, why they do that? Do you think animals would do this kind of things if they don't like to stay in zoos?
enjoying themselves. Okay, sure. Okay. Yeah, that's adorable. All right.
TikTok.
Oh.
As the study shows, in 2014, 700 million people visited zoos worldwide. Okay, not all the zoos are good at engagement. Indeed, not all zoos are good, full stop. But surely that number of visits that to create some sort of connection with the natural world that might not have occurred otherwise. It's right that there are bad zoos too, both in the UK and around the world. But I would argue that it's easy to criticize something with a visible and physical presence. What is much, much harder is taking action to support conservation in the field to reduce the impact of climate change or to tackle the pollution. These things are a lot less tangible and a lot harder to get to grips with. It's difficult for one individual to feel that they have made much of a difference, and so often we don't get the same feeling of satisfaction or achievement. That I think is why so many animal rights groups attack zoos. When instead I would argue that they could achieve a much greater net good by working together and protecting natural habitat. Zoos are run by people who love animals. But as this with any passion project, we might differ in our views on how best to achieve what we want. I would urge you to support the good ones, improve the bad ones, don't tar them with the same brush, and remember, the focus should be on protecting natural habitats, and that zoo can help achieve that.
You guys are welcome to continue with your 5 minutes or not, or you can just be done. Okay, you're good to go. No problem. No, let's just move on to the last part. No problem. Wait, did I think?
Well, I can.
Wait, no, you need 5 minutes. 5 minutes over here. I beg your pardon. All right, you got Miss Francis. Give him his hand. Yay. All right, you guys have 5 minutes.
And sir.
All right, here we go. And you probably wanted to get the image ready, correct?
Yes, please.
You bet. I'll do that. We just put it up right now?
Yes, please.
All right, that's this guy right here, just this hand.
After I started with my presentation on our point of view, I'm going to say that these two ladies over here, they are lying.
Thank you.
Finally.
Carry on.
And why I say that? For example, she showed us a picture of a seal like with a strange behavior. This is not natural for a seal. A seal has to grow up in the sea, you know? What happened with that behavior? It's not common that seals play balls with humans. It's not good for an animal. You can see in the picture. But good for you. You also said that zoos gave the animals some spaces, some good environment, some good climate for them. You can see in the picture that it's not real.
Yeah.
This is the real for me. This is what the zoo doesn't want to show to the people, to us. So this is, for me, the truth. And there's a lot of pictures and opinions about why the zoos shouldn't exist. And about the thing that my coworker she said about some zoos take care about the animals that were born in the zoo, that they won't survive in the wild. And that's true, because what happened with that kind of animals? But the solution that I bring to us is we have the wildlife sanctuaries. And I'm going very quick in a second, because sanctuaries is different from zoos. So, in our opinion, as zoos, the major function for the zoo should not be to make more money for its owners. The profit that the owners receive from ticket prices should go toward increases animal welfare standards, and most importantly, protecting the natural habits of the wild animals. The zoos, it would be better if they become to wildlife sanctuaries, because they're going to start buying and selling animals. What we should do is doing protecting the habitats of wild animals and ensuring their survival in the wild. If you want to see wild animals behave normally, not than we saw in that video of the seal, they should be seen in the natural habitats, you know, in the wild. So if you cannot afford like going to a safari to see the wild animals in the natural habitat, I read the solution that you can make a wildlife sanctuary, because the sanctuary doesn't sell, doesn't buy, doesn't transfer or breed animals. So sanctuaries taking injured wildlife and avoiding exotic pets and surplus animals from zoos, so they care of about the animals that the zoos cannot take care of them. So I have two questions for you. What happens, for example, if an animal is in danger? That's a justification for us to remove their freedom? What gives the human the right to capture or confine their animals from the wild nature? Thank you.
You're welcome. Did you want to finish what you were saying earlier? In a couple minutes?
I can say, take note about this. It was my partner used for defend this existing zoo, and he says about conservation and protector of animals and endangered species, and he says about the research, the necessary research of animals, the zoos need to exist because the research is important, and the connection of nature. So these reasons, it's not true.
Okay.
It's not true because conservation protection is more better than you make in wild. And when the animals live wild in their natural habitat, so research can be made this way too. So in Brazil has some projects this way. You protect turtles, sea turtles this way. You protect sanctuaries, whales. Yes. And so it's not necessary to continue
They exist, so that's the point of debate.
This is the point. And connection of nature is either the same problem. I don't believe you connect the lion, you can observe that.
Okay,
Yeah.
time's up though. All right, okay, cool. All right, guys, give me a hand, everybody. Hey, hang in there, y'all. I know it's getting late. Yeah. I don't know. Probably this is interesting. It's a debate we hadn't had before. Maybe some of y'all probably have a heart for the welfare of animals. Some of you never thought about it. Maybe if nothing else, makes you look into it and shape your opinion. You may not have had one before, so. Y'all gonna have 2 minutes here to finish up what you're saying. Oh, and I was just gonna say, I like you're helping to shape the debate. There's a difference between zoos and wildlife sanctuaries. You're in favor of wildlife sanctuaries, not zoos because they're for profit generally. I think is your point was. Okay. But anyway, you guys have 2 minutes up here at the end to say whatever you want. And you don't have to say anything new. You can just kind of summarize what you wanted to. Okay? Anybody?
So replying to them, they said like they don't have a language to speak to the people, or they can't speak, right? So as a God's creator, we are the responsible to take the other creation's responsibility to take care of them. As you can, have you heard about the Noah's Ark? Yeah, so he was the human to take care of that. So there are now there are the zoos that they take care of the animals. They give the medicine, they take care of them when they are sick. Why we are like keeping the pets at home? Why we are not keeping them outside, right? So the zoo is doing the same thing with them. They are taking care of them. They are even we are many of the people that we cannot go to the forest and see the animals. We need something to see the animals where we can just save ourselves also and we can see to them. So there are these zoos, they are taking care, they are giving the world thing that it's a God's creation and we can just see that things. And we have sent the picture.
Another picture? Oh man, another picture.
But an elephant plays soccer.
Alright. I don't know. Let me check my spam folder. Oh, you did. You sent me a couple of pictures. Okay, you know what? Let me back up.
Surprise.
Okay, now let me just get to a couple of these and move it to the inbox, and now I can open it. Yeah, you guys got it. Okay, I can see you just got these very recently. Where? Inbox. There we go. Okay, you want to show a picture of a couple of pictures? Come on. Oh, okay, so what's the point of this here? You want to just show?
So replying to him, as he said, like the zoo, the animals are dying there. Even if they are dying in the forest, if they are taken care of something, so we can save the species this thing. As we can just have an example of dinosaur. We have never seen, just heard about it. Right? If like the zoo had been there and they've taken the care of dinosaur, might be we can see right now the dinosaurs.
Also, you prefer that an animal in the forest, they are going to be eaten by another animal. So they are going to be.
It's supposed to be like that,
It's the natural.
That's natural.
It's a natural selection.
Yeah.
But we need some species to be like for us that it's a God's creation. We have to save them also. So there are the zoos that are taking care of them. And we are.
The poor shark, he needs to survive.
Yeah, that's why they are at the zoo. They are giving the food. They are making the food for them and they are feeding them.
What are
So
feeding
we don't
them?
need them.
Killing animals or feeding them?
Maybe at this point, did you want to finish what you had prepared? I know you worked really hard on what you prepared. Did you? I'll give you some time to come here and read it because you were. I didn't mean to cut you off earlier. Ariana, did you want to finish what you had prepared earlier? He wants to say something, but you good? You all right? Did you also want to finish what you had prepared?
I want to in my last 2 minutes, but if you're gonna say something else.
Okay, that's you have a voice too, you know. But anyway, all right, Francisco, you're welcome to. You can stay there if you want. That's fine.
No, it's okay. Going back, replying to the picture that my friends give out, my friends show
Colleagues.
about the killed deers. Maybe they were deer, right? Okay.
Yeah.
What's the point about this? It doesn't matter.
The crocodile is.
It doesn't matter about what the zoo is about this because probably because that the deers were killed because by humans.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what we're talking here. I don't know what the picture come from. So the point here is the zoos should existing or no. I have another solution that is the wildlife sanctuaries. If they really taking care about the animals, it's going to invest the money that they receive in improve their environment. But there are lots of pictures and studies that show that that's not really true. This is why a lot of defendants that we prefer to let them free and try to make the stronger one try to survive in their wildest environment.
So nowadays, like the zoo having the big places where they are keeping them in a natural way, they are giving the space to them, so they are taking care of them.
You're comparing a jail and a small jail, like a 2 meter to 2 meter sign.
But they are saying them
With
they are
a
taking care of them.
landscape
They are
that
just
the
not
lion
putting it
supposed
into
to
a
raise
cage
in a
and they are not
landscape.
giving
There it
just
is.
thing, that they are just giving
It's
them
it's.
food and
I think his point is to make. It's the difference between a.
It's common that some human does bring them the meat in their mouths. You have to take it for yourself. If you're a lion or you're a tiger, they're not supposed to be like that.
They're supposed to be fed. They're supposed to hunt. Is your point? Okay. Okay. Cool. Thank you both. Give them both a hand for preparing so carefully. All of your giving us images for our nightmares tonight. Thank you for the horror. That's always fun too. Hey, anybody out here want to make a comment or a question to anybody? If I were to summarize, more or less, just say zoos should not continue to exist. A viable solution would be yeah, which is a distinctly different. But anyway, anybody want to make a comment or a question to either one of these people? Huh? Yeah.
I have a comment.
All right, Anthony, always coming with the comments. Go right ahead, Anthony. You have the floor, sir.
Time ago, I disagree. I'm with them. Time ago.
Sure.
Because I always had the strongly thing that all the animals should be in their area, so they can have strongly to grow up, because not the same thing that if you born here, they translate,
No,
they move you to another place differently. It's too hard for people.
Sure.
But at this time of the life, people need to know, like Samina mentioned before, we are the principal animals. So we have to take care of the others animals. That's why that this happened with humans. All of us, we came to another country and we adapt
Sure.
in the new space.
Yeah.
That's why I think people are here. They will never go into Africa to see a monkey. That's why they bring monkeys from another places so they can have it here. I think this is, it's not to take all those animals and put it inside the zoos. That's why the zoos has to exist.
Okay.
Because they take few animals, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5, and they move them so they can expand.
Okay.
That's why.
Fair enough. Okay, so someone, you go ahead, Francisco, you can respond, yeah.
Well, why did you say that you have to take care about the animals that they already were born before we raised us as a humanity? There always has been animals living outside before we were born. So why you have to take care about them?
Yeah.
I mentioned, like Samina said, we are principals, so we have to take care of us. How we take care of us.
Principal. All right. Okay.
No, how we take care of us. It's not like if they have an injury, we
They cannot take care of them by themselves.
All right,
We
okay.
have to take care
The
of them.
solution is not to invade their environment, because we are invading their environment.
Yeah, fair enough. Actually, Kaching, you wanted to make a comment, so you raised your hand. I'm going to give Kaching the floor. All right, Kaching, what's on your mind? All right.
Say that animals should be in their environment. So why people have pets? Why people have the fish, dogs, cats in their home?
Oh, that nobody even brought that up today. Kind of touches on the ethics of having pets in to begin
we are
with.
the stronger animal.
Yeah, that's how it is.
Ah, you're kind of making their point for them.
I can start it.
I think
I can start it to eat you if you want.
I think Kaching's point is, if you object to zoos, would you also not logically object to having pets in general? There's a difference in your mind, maybe, possibly? Is it right? Of course, the difference, right? Yeah, fair enough. Vin, you wanted to weigh in about that? Okay, what she said?
When you give pets, you give them love.
Well,
unconditional.
you know,
Because we love, like me, I have pets. I love them as my kids.
Yeah.
When else in the zoo, it's just your job.
Yeah.
You cannot go and take the job in the zoo unless you love the animals.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go in the zoo and take care of the animals because I don't love it.
Not necessarily you work in a zoo, you love animals.
That's true. That's true. It's not all zoos are the same.
They are taking care of them. They are loving them.
Well, not all of them. There are some pretty gross.
A lot of these workers abuse.
Sure,
This
true.
was earlier. As I mentioned in this was the earlier stories, but right now if you go to the zoo, you will see the different in the earlier zoo and the right now they are.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe you
It's-
say 1 or 2 zoos, but is it around the world?
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about all. I'm telling you that they are making a change. They are making a change. So we have to accept that thing that it is good for us.
Yeah, I think maybe the point is you support reforms for terrible zoos, but they should continue to keep this model. Okay, you're welcome to.
What you talking about?
All right, Ariana, you would like to weigh in with something? Go ahead. Ariana has the floor. Gives me a chance to hear her speak. All right.
So you put polar bear in a huge refrigerator, is that good? What? Polar bear, you put it in a hot country, hot weather country, put it in a...
If you have seen the many aquariums, they have made a big, the snow kind of a thing that they can put the polar bears. It's not about the refrigerator. It's not the thing that you have to just give the refrigerator.
Well,
there are the big spaces
but-
that they make the things for them to be.
I wasn't quite sure what point you were making. It just seemed like that was kind of a ridiculous image, right? There's polar bear in a hot country in a refrigerator. Why do that? You thinking? Are you saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
Okay.
not the refrigerator.
Yeah,
is they
Yeah.
have made the space for them, the sufficient space that they can move around there and they can be there in their own natural space.
Yeah, a lot of them are, and some of them are not, right? So, okay, anybody else want to?
Well, there is the aquarium,
Mm-hmm,
it's big aquarium.
yeah.
And on time, he's promoted the acquisition of big bear.
Big bear.
Polar
Polar bear.
And the place putting here is a big place,
Mhm.
and the water's cremated and
Yeah.
some things. And the zoos made
Okay.
money a lot.
Yeah, they sure do. Make a lot of money.
About the acquisition, and when my daughter sees the bear, he's living here.
She
Yeah.
lives here?
Yeah.
Or he, oh,
Yeah.
I see.
But
Okay.
here is home. No.
All right. Oh, does somebody else out in the audience want to say? Yeah, Amaka, go ahead. Yeah.
I don't know if I'm disagreeing or agreeing.
No, I'm conflicted too.
I think zoos should be abolished because there are so many reasons for me to, there are so many reasons why I'm saying this. First of all is that these animals, especially the wild animals like tiger, hyenas and the rest, they pose a threat to tourists who go to visit them in the zoo.
Yeah.
And even people taking care of them too. Sometimes these animals are animals, they don't reason the way we reason. So most times when they are angry or when they are hungry rather, and you don't feed them early or something, they can bite you, they can hurt you. Even the tourists who go there to visit them, when the guys are not there, presently there, they can hurt them. I've watched videos where people go to visit, see snakes, tigers, lions, and they got bitten. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're actually the way God made it, I don't think we're supposed to be interacting with them the way we do when we go to the zoo. And also, moving them from their natural habitat is still not being fair to them because God created them to be in those areas. So they should be left in their zone, in their natural habitats. Instead of moving them, feeding them, there's no way you move them to the zoos and be able to take care of them 100%.
Yeah.
The way naturally they would have been taken care of. in their
Fair enough.
natural habitat.
Kind of echoing her point,
So
right?
right now, environment and the pollution that human have created, so there are the things that we have to take care of. We are-
Zoos are a solution for that, though. Okay. All right. Thank you, Amaka. Thank you for sharing. Yeah. All right.
God create woman create you to be in Africa, and you are here in Africa.
Oh, okay.
That's why it's not necessary to mention that. Humans is the principal, is our fault to all these things happen.
Yeah.
Because in Antarctica,
Yeah.
the penguins doesn't have food. And yes, there is our food. And in 2016, the United Nations tried to abolish to all those, principally Japan and US, start get all those fish.
Yeah.
Antarctica aside.
Right.
And that's why the penguin moved to to every place. It's not good for them.
Yeah.
And
Tough.
and this is I don't agree.
There are the good and the bad things, so it's easy to point out the bad things every time.
Okay.
It's better to see the good points.
Yeah, sure.
The people would talk.
Okay,
All right.
there are some. Thank you, guys.
Talk to her about the restaurant tomorrow. Yeah, talk to her.